Welcome to State of the Barn, check-in number 2. We're keeping track of stuff going on here. It's getting harder to keep track of because you all are doing such excellent work, so that's a good thing. Here again is a look at our growing painted barn, and you can find an updated photo again on the on our event page. So let me capture a few of the things that have happened since we talked last. Bob started the, I think we already covered that Bob started the Open High School of Utah page, but this time he has had a little bit of discussion from another Wikipedian about what the title of that page should be and where it should live and how it should relate to its new name. There is some discussion underway on the MOOC article started by Rosa, and I'm not remembering offhand who else has been involved in that, but I think several people. Jade has renamed the outline of Open Education article to Outline of Open Educational Resources, which is perhaps more appropriate to what is in the outline. Eugene fixed some references and did some copy editing and is actually doing some video right now of our event. Randolph did a number of different edits and especially worked on the open access article. Mike, do you remember what it was she was doing there? I'm losing track. Some policy-oriented work on the open access article. Excellent. Joyce made her first ever Wikipedia edit, although she has been active on a number of wikis before, or at least WikiEducator, and that was to the OER outline article. I think that's the same one that that Jade renamed. We got at least one tag added to an article for Wiki Project Open, and I'm going to come back to that in a moment. Some of you may not have heard about wiki projects, but this is going to be something I want to talk about a little in this check-in, and we'll come back to in the closing session. Therese added 4 references, and maybe the reigning reference champ. I don't know if Eugene has a chance of catching her at this point, but we'll see how that foot race goes. And I think that's all we captured in the barn. I'm sure that there's other work out there that we have not yet gotten in here, and there will be some more. So let's have another quick look at how that barn looks, because we've got, what do we have, another hour to paint that barn up to the top. Dana was suggesting that we might need some flames coming off the top too, so we can set the roof on fire with all of our wiki editing fury. So yeah, so let's see. One thing, Mike pointed out that one of the possible edits that we discussed that we haven't seen yet is adding a picture to an article. This is not, it's not something that there's a necessity that we do, but actually, Mike, do you want to? You said there was an illustration on the open access article, and maybe that was a worthwhile.
If you look on the open access article, there are both pictures and videos that are
right.
Open access.
Okay. And this is actually jogging my memory. There is an article about how to make open educational resources that's aimed at educators that I know is available on Wikimedia Commons. So that might be something worth adding. Sure, I'm going to just put the microphone over closer to you.
Sure. Another potential easy image add, and I know these are like concepts that are hard to have images for, would be, there's an open textbooks article, I believe, and I mean a picture of a actual open textbook would be great on that, I think.
Excellent. There's Mike and Dana, and there's Eugene in the double video meta shot. Okay, so just really quickly, 2 other things that I wanted to cover before we get back for our final hour. Number 1, I don't think I've mentioned thus far Wiki Project Open. This is something that our former students will be familiar with. A wiki project in general is it's a collection of pages on Wikipedia that helps a group of people with an interest in a topic coordinate with each other. So exactly the kind of stuff that we're doing today. happens really on Wikipedia all the time at a much slower pace, just through the talk pages of a wiki project. So if you like what we're doing right now, if you like the idea that you can throw an idea out there, get a little bit of feedback, maybe find someone who's interested in working on an article with you, and you want to continue to do that around articles that have to do with openness, open access, open educational resources, open source software, then you really ought to join Wiki Project Open. I'm going to, let's make sure that we have a prominent link. Maybe Dana or Mike can make sure we have a prominent link to that in our Etherpad or on our event page. And I will also be sure to send out in the follow-up email for this event, I'll be sure to send out directions on how to do that. But the way that you join a wiki project is basically just by putting your name on its list of participants, and then usually you want to put that wiki project page on your watch list so that you can see when people leave a note on its talk page. And then the final thing is we do have a few prizes for people who do things like adding references and adding text. So I think we have some prize-worthy activity already going on. But if you want to make sure that you can win a prize, you might want to make that final push in this last hour. They are physical prizes, so for those of you online with us, I will need to get your mailing address, but I'm sure we can sort that out after the event. So 1 hour, a little less than 1 hour and counting. We will see you at 3:30 Pacific time, and we're going to take about a half an hour to discuss what we accomplished today, and we'll get back to maybe a little more detail about Wiki Project Open if you want to continue with this stuff. So thanks again, and keep up the good work.